From the Horn Auto Center Studios, Chris Bennett.
Good morning, it's the Morning Brew with Chris. Who's this?
Oh, no, it's Mr. B.
Oh, heck yeah, it's Tony from Snowflake. He sounds great. You sound like you're feeling much better, buddy. How you doing?
I am doing better. You know, I got some good news yesterday also. Got a call from Fred Johnson at White Mountain Laser Spa.
Yep.
And I won $50 to March giveaway.
Oh, to the bagel box. Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Glad to hear that a Morning Brew listener won. That's awesome. And they're doing the drawing again in April. So if you have pain and you want to win some bagels from the bagel box, take advantage of that great promo. Well, Tony, today is International Fact-Checking Day, so I thought we'd play a game called Fact or Baloney. You got to guess, I'll give you 3 facts. You got to guess which one is baloney and which ones are fact. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Reba McEntire once turned down a role in Titanic. Fact or baloney?
Baloney.
No, that is a fact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Blake Shelton owns a pet pig named Dolly.
That sounds like it's true, but I'm going to say baloney.
You are correct. That is baloney. And last one, this is an easy one for a country music lover. Johnny Cash once performed at Folsom Prison. Fact or baloney?
Oh, of course that's true.
Yep,
Everybody knows that.
Heck yeah, the man in black. That is fact or baloney. It is now time for Tony from Snowflake's patriotic song request of the day. What is today's patriotic song of the day?
Let's listen to Brothers by Dean Brody.
Brothers by Dean Brody is today's patriotic song of the day. Thank you so much to all those that have served this country and continue to serve this country. We're so grateful to you and all the sacrifices you have made for this great place we call home. Tony, I hope your day is great.
All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Let's check in with our best friend, Jineane Ford, at our sister stations, Majik 101.7 and iTalk 106.7. Jineane, you over there?
Of course I am. When have I not been here, Chris?
That's a good point. I was wondering if you could give us some news on the mountain, wondering if there's any news we need to be aware of.
Well, the big thing yesterday was a scare for all the folks up there in Alpine. I mean, they literally, a fire broke out and they went to go immediately evacuating people, like go now, get out. And it was the Alpine Village Fire. Total acreage ended up being about 26 acres. And on their Facebook pages and stuff, the emergency preparedness and management, they say, we want to give special thanks to Alpine Fire for their continued partnership and friendship with all these different agencies. They had Round Valley Fire out there in medical, Greer Fire Department, St. John's Emergency Services, Vernon Fire District, Apache County, Navajo Electric Cooperative, U.S. Forest Service. They had all kinds of dozer. They had all kinds of people that were right there on it. Okay, so that was super cool. The BIA, everybody jumped on it super fast, kept it contained to 26 acres. But this is the scary part. We are so crazy dry. We're in stage 1 fire restrictions, but I expect we're going to go to probably stage 2 here pretty quick. It's needed. A lot of people are screaming for it right now, like, please close the forests, because we're drier than when we had the Rodeo Chetasky, the Wallow Fire. We're drier than all those fires, Chris.
Yeah. It's very, very scary. Remember, let's do our part to prevent these fires and protect this great place we live in. And a huge, huge shout out to our firefighters for their great work yesterday, because it was the Alpine Village Fire, and then I think over at a nearby lake, another fire broke out that they put out.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you to all our firefighters. All right, Jineane, I wanted to talk to you about some news off the mountain. Did you hear about Val Kilmer passing away?
Oh, yeah. I've been talking about him this morning. That one just kills me. He's so good. All those movies, Tombstone, all of his great movies. And also, Chris, one of the big things that I'm really thankful to him for is he led, you know how we were trying to always do away with the big old windmills, right?
Right.
They had Val Kilmer backing them, the people that were trying to get more setbacks, more easements, all these things to get rid of these hideous wind turbines. He was the big fighter joining them and paid for a lot of their lawsuits and everything over in New Mexico. So good guy.
Nice.
And he has a ranch in New Mexico. Yeah, but he had throat cancer for so many years that, but 65 years old is still really young, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is sad. I think my favorite movie he was in would probably have to be Top Gun.
Yeah,
I loved him.
Great.
Also, his role as Doc Holliday.
Tombstone.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Exactly. I mean, so good. And if you look at his Facebook page, they ran across a lot of old artwork from a lot of that, and on valkilmer.com you can get some of that. He was doing artwork, and he dearly loved his ranch in New Mexico in his final years. Of course, he had to use a voice box. Everybody knows that because of his throat cancer. But he will be missed. What a great artist.
Absolutely. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. How about when we come back, we do a little Am I the Jerk Court?
Perfect.
All rise. The Honorable Jineane Ford is ready for some Am I the Jerk Court. All rise. It is now time for Am I the Jerk Court? The Honorable Jineane Ford presides. Here's the story, Jineane.
All right.
My girlfriend and I have been living in an RV for about 3 years. We use a space heater and a propane furnace for heat. This winter, she started setting the heater to 85 degrees and leaving it on nonstop. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I let it slide during the freezing months since the heater couldn't get the RV that hot anyway, but now it's spring and it does get that hot and it's unbearable. I've asked her nicely and firmly to keep it at 70 or 75, but she keeps cranking it. She refuses to wear anything warmer than underwear inside. So her solution is to overheat the whole RV? I've explained how thermostats work, but she doesn't seem to care. I'll turn it off, she'll just turn it back on. So tonight, I hid the space heater and disabled the furnace. It's 75 degrees inside, and I know we'll fight soon, but I honestly didn't know what else to do. Am I the jerk? What do you say?
I don't think he's the jerk. I'm sorry. She's not listening to him at all. So maybe he gets her attention this way and says, I tried to talk to you. This reminds me of when you try to say the words. This has happened to me a couple of times. I am not a screamer, yeller. I just don't go off on, I just don't do that. But I'll say the words. I'll say, gosh, this is really bothering me. I think this is kind of messing everything up for me. And then later, when you break it off with them, they say, but you didn't scream and yell. You didn't seem that mad. I said, because I don't get mad, but I was saying the words, you never listen.
Right.
I mean, why don't you listen, And so it sounds like she needs a little attention getter, just like, hey, listen to him, you know?
Yeah, he had to do something to get her to wake up.
The other thing he could have done is just said, I am so sorry. It's too hot for me. I'm going to sleep over at my friends. I'm going over here. There's other things or something, but she just was being really inconsiderate by not listening to him.
Right. I'm lucky because my wife and I both like it cold. I do not like it hot. So if it was getting hot in here, I would be getting out of here.
Yes, I like to sleep in the cold too. We've been cracking our window for, quite a few weeks now. It's so nice to sleep in the cold. Of course, it's harder to get up when your room's cold, but you sleep so well.
That's right.
Then we make a fire and we close the window. Yeah. So,
well, all rise. The Honorable Jineane Ford has ruled you are not the jerk for unhooking the heater and hiding the space heater because your girlfriend is crazy.
And tell her to put on some extra clothes.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Put on some extra clothes, you weirdo. All right. We love you. We love you so much, Jineane.
Love you
Have
too,
a great
Chris.
day.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
Good morning. It's the Morning Brew with Chris. Who's this?
Hey, friend. This is Stephanie from Snowflake.
Heck yeah, Stephanie from Snowflake. To what do we owe the honor of your call today? You got something juicy for us?
I do. Actually, I meant to call in on Talk About Something Good Tuesday, but I didn't get a chance to. But I wanted to let everybody know that Achieve, the School for Autism here in Shoto and Snowflake Taylor, we have been working with the VA, and we've been doing flag raisings and everything with them, teaching our kids about how to be patriotic and everything like that. Well, I just wanted to let everybody know that tomorrow we're going to be doing a flag raising over at the VA at 9:30, and we have all of our high schoolers, all of our little kids, and I'm so proud of my high schoolers. They're sitting there, they're learning how to sing America the Beautiful and everything like that. So I just wanted to let everybody know if they wanted to come out and, celebrate patriotically and everything. That's where we're going to be. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all my high schoolers, and I love y'all.
Heck yeah, that's amazing. That'll be 9:30, and at which VA?
The one there in Sholo.
The one in Sholo. Perfect
Yep.
for the flag raising. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for calling in, and big shout out to you and your students over there at Snowflake. And hopefully people will show up for that flag raising tomorrow.
Yeah. Could you play me a song, too?
Yeah, what do you want?
Can you do Only in America by Brooks and Dunn?
Absolutely, best friend. Only in America by Brooks and Dunn on Q Country 92.5. Stephanie from Snowflake, I hope your day is great.
I hope yours is, too. Bye, friends.
Bye.